What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Back out here on the river today, and it is absolutely freezing. It is 35 degrees this morning. We're right here in the middle of March. It really should be warmer, but it is going to warm up to 72 degrees today. We had a little bit of a cold front roll through a couple days ago and dumped a bunch of rain, so the rivers are pretty muddy. So we're going to be faced with some fairly challenging conditions today, but I decided to come out here and to try to do a 3-hour raw and uncut to see if we can catch some fish. And I'm pretty sure we can, but one thing about it is I'm going to challenge myself to have to catch 5 fish in 3 hours. I don't know. Do y'all think I can do it? Y'all think I can catch 5 fish in 3 hours? I sure hope so. But we ran down here from one river into another, basically. So we're right here at the mouth of a smaller river that runs into basically a very big river. And this has a big flat over here on the right hand side. The sun shines on it all day long, and we're gonna try to make this work for our first area, and then we're gonna go flip some trees after this. So 3 hours raw and uncut. Let's get this GoPro strapped to my chest. Let's see if we can catch 5 fish in 3 hours. I think we can. Let's get to it. All right, y'all, so up here on the front of the boat, and just to let y'all know, it is 8:46 right now, so we're gonna get the timer up here. We have it set for 3 hours, but before I hit start, we're definitely gonna get our rod and reels unstrapped, and we're probably gonna be alternating a lot on this shoreline between moving baits, so spinnerbait, crankbait, jerkbait maybe, and then chatterbait. And then we're also gonna probably throw the jig and maybe the rage bug, soft plastic creature bait up on these trees as we get to them. But I'm hoping the bite is gonna be pretty good, but we're gonna start off with the crankbait. So this is a flat side, red crawl crankbait, works very well, like early spring, late February, March, kind of like we're in right now. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit start. We have begun. First cast. Oh my goodness, and I about just blew my reel up. That thing launched out there. But like I said, we're just gonna work along. This is a big flat, drops off of a little shelf basically. And we're gonna work along and see if we can get bit. I wanna kind of throw up on the flat itself and kind of bring this off, and I gotta tighten this up just a little bit, but kind of bring it off, kind of let it you know, hit the bottom up there on the flat and then bump off into a little bit deeper water. So that's what we're gonna do and see if we can get bit. I'm throwing my crankbait on a 5:6:1 gear ratio reel. This is the Lose Speed spool. Have it on 12-pound test, C21, P-line C21 copolymer, and then I'm just throwing it on a 7-foot medium. This is a medium moderate. So a moderate fast tip. So it has a moderate action. So it loads up good if a fish bites it. You want your rod to load up good. You don't want to throw a crankbait on a rod that is stiff. You want to have one that has some bend to it, so when they bite it, they load that rod up and you don't rip those trebles out of their mouth. Don't want to do that. But hopefully we can pick one up. I mean, it's a pretty good spot. It really, once I get further down the shoreline, to me it's a little bit better, but I never like to just, on this particular shoreline, I never like to just completely discount, you know, the early parts of the shoreline, the very first stages of it, because I've definitely caught fish, you know, right here too. So water temps are 53 to give y'all an idea of water temps. That they're going to climb throughout the day, but we're not going to be here probably when the when the water temps climb on up to that 55, 56 degree range, because they're definitely going to get there. Water temps are definitely going to get there. I'm going to flip, restart this back camera, and then we're going to flip the rage bug up here on these cypress trees. See if we get bit. Water's not crazy muddy. It's definitely muddy, but not terrible. These trees definitely don't have a lot of water on them. They have enough water, but not a ton of water. Hear them frogs up there croaking. Definitely gonna throw the chatterbait too. I would love to get a fish early, kind of quick. That would be awesome. The tree deal is probably going to turn on a little bit later, probably. Later in the day, as it warms up, those fish will probably push up on those trees. Ooh, I don't know. I'll pull it there again just to see, but that felt a little bit like a bite. No, it's not. Piece of wood up there. Not gonna lie, it kind of got me excited a little bit. Oh, fish just came up in front of us. We definitely have two extremes. Like yesterday, the wind was blowing so hard you couldn't even fish at all, and now today it's pretty much no wind at all. As I'm working my way in here, I'm gonna keep my eye on this temp gauge to see if the water is cooling down. Because as we're going, if the water's cooling down and getting colder, then I might abandon this a lot quicker than I would have if the water goes up. But it's kind of holding steady right now. It's definitely not climbing, that's for sure. Definitely not climbing. I'm gonna put my hood on. It is chilly. Like I said, this is just a big flat that comes off, and it drops off kind of right here about where the boat is, about to 8 foot. Kind of drops from like 5 to 8 foot. So Not a huge drop, kind of subtle, but those fish like to set up like right on that edge. That's why I'm kind of throwing at an angle, kind of coming off that shelf, coming out here into this little bit deeper water. So I'm kind of keeping it in the strike zone a little bit longer. But we'll get down here and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna flip these trees. These next trees we get to are a little bit better trees, but we're gonna kind of go on and burn on down here, and don't want to waste a lot of time in unproductive water. That's for sure. So just bump a piece of wood or something. I mean, these fish will no doubt be in water, like, I mean, they'll be in 4 or 5 foot of water all day long. Whenever water gets over 50 degrees here in the rivers, they get up shallow, and they don't mind almost having their backside of the water. But this particular shoreline, it really sets up good just because of the way the shelf is. They like to set up right on that edge. But we're gonna flip these trees, see if we can get bit on the rage bug. I'm definitely not seeing a ton of fish on live scope. I'm just kind of peeking down at it as we're going along. But this is where the shoreline starts to deepen up a little bit. And the shelf is a little bit shorter coming off the bank, so it drops off a little bit sooner. This is kind of where I like it. This is the better part, I would say, personally. It's just through experience, that's kind of what I figured out. But we'll see if we can get bit on this tree right here. All right, no bite there. So we'll keep on going with the crankbait. And I might end up picking up the spinnerbait or the chatterbait here shortly too. Definitely looks like I'm seeing a few less fish here than normal. Definitely doesn't mean there's nothing here, but just maybe a few less than normal. But what that could mean is they're up on that flat a little bit shallower. A fish actually just came up right in front of us. There's a pretty good fish out there at about 60 feet that I'm seeing. We got some stuff on our crankbait, I think. A lot of times with bass fishing, you know, and I used to be guilty of this too. I would say, oh, you know, the fish ain't here. You know, the fish ain't here yet, you know. Something to that extent if you're not catching fish. But a lot of times what we were doing, we were actually just fishing the wrong depth zone. You know, you got to figure out kind of where those fish are set up on the shoreline and kind of go from there. Anytime that fish are set up somewhere on a shoreline, they're set up most of the time in a very specific depth range. So either they're super shallow, or they're you know, they're deep, they're mid-range, you know, whatever. They're pretty set up in a very specific depth range. And it's weird how, like, the majority of the fish will get set up in a specific depth range. I mean, it's almost like, I always joke, like, what do? Talk to each other? Like, you know, it's kind of weird how they all set up in the same depth range a lot of times, but they do. They do. And how they do it, I don't know. Maybe they do talk, but you know, it's like a lot of times if you're fishing a lake and you're catching them on the first dock in a main lake pocket, you know, a lot of times you can run around and do that same thing. And it's the same thing here on the river. Like, you know, if the fish are on trees, then, and that tree bite is going, then I mean the majority of the fish are on trees, and that's the way you need to fish to catch them. You know, it's very weird how it works that way, but it does. You know, it does. So just got to figure out where the fish are at and what specific depth they're in. We got something on our crankbait, and then once you dial that in, then you can go and kind of establish your pattern. But kind of trying to see if I can pick out a fish just came after my crankbait right then. Actually, I just happened to look down on Alaska. It was not a big one at all, but I just happened to look down and I was like, oh dang, there's a fish chasing my crankbait. I'm really hoping we can pick up a fish or two on this shoreline, because if not, we're gonna end up using a lot of time. Water temps are holding steady, 52.9 to 53, just kind of bouncing back and forth. So that's good. We're not dealing with any water temps really dropping. But I don't know, I mean, there's a few clouds in the sky. It ain't many. Ain't many, that's for dang sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a few thin clouds, but the fish should be biting. You know, other than the fact that it got chilly last night, you know, that might definitely have them push back a little bit. But something else too, as I'm working into this river, the water's clearing up some. It's still got a pretty good stain to it, but it is clearing up some. We'll get right and flip these trees. Oh, dang it. I thought we had smoked one. Did we get this out? She stuck solid, whatever it hit. There we go. There's a lot of stumps and wood and stuff on this shoreline to bump off of and for fish to set up on. And that's kind of what makes it so good, is it does have so much stuff. But I don't know, it's like one of these places where sometimes you come here and you catch them good, and then sometimes you come here and you don't do much of nothing. And timing is a big deal too. Let's see if we can get them right here. This is a little bit steeper part of the shoreline right here. So I'm bumping all kinds of stuff. I don't know if y'all can see my rod. We don't have but so much further. We're gonna fish down here. Like I said, I'm not trying to, definitely not trying to waste a ton of time on fish that don't want to bite. I don't have, and I don't want to do this, but I am starting to see a couple fish like out. So I am going to get the minnow out just to have it. I don't want to really throw this much, but there's a couple of, and it ain't no telling what they are. That's the thing, and I'm actually gonna probably see, those are bigger. They're probably like big gar. I'm not throwing at them. We ain't gonna throw at them, but I want to just have it out in case I do see a you know, one fish that looks kind of bassy, you know, like he might be a bass. Might chunk at him maybe, but oh, that fish right there, there's a fish kind of right here in front of me. Getting a lot of slime on here, but this shoreline kind of flattens out again right here. Kind of gets flat. But we're gonna work along and see if we can pick one up. We only got about another 100 yards. Oh, dang, I don't know if that was a bite. What that was. Felt good, I know that. Yeah, we got about another 100 yards of shoreline that we're gonna fish, and pretty much that's it. Yeah, I'm just bumping. There's so much wood up there I'm bumping. Hey, kind of hard to believe that I haven't gotten a bite on this shoreline yet. Just bumped another piece of wood. I'm bringing it right along this drop. Come on, fish. I'm bumping so much wood down there. It is absolutely crazy. I mean, just bumping it. I've caught a many a fish cranking this shoreline before, this time of year. It really can get good. Don't seem to be the greatest right now though. Oh, we're hung. That's the thing about raw and uncut. Y'all get to see everything. Y'all get to see me getting hung up and all that good stuff. There we go. Yeah, it's shallow. I know y'all can't see what I'm seeing here as far as the bottom goes, but it is super shallow right here. I mean, it's only 1.6 foot. This shoreline right here really flattens out a lot. Then it drops off. Big old brush pile right there. I knew that. Mm-hmm. Right there on that drop. See that fish right there? Looks like that might be a bass. We're gonna throw the minnow to it just to see, but looks like a bass swimming on top of a brush pile. right there. Oh my goodness, look at all those fish. It's a tree here in the middle of the river, and it is loaded with fish. I had a couple fish swim up underneath of me. Not trying to do this much. We're not going to do it much, but we are trying to challenge ourselves to get 5 fish. Man, I don't know if y'all can see that. Look at this tree right here. Absolutely loaded with fish. I mean, loaded with fish. That is crazy. We're going to throw one more cast. One more cast. Get this one right down in front of this one. We'll see what this fish does. If he does anything at all. Didn't really seem to care about that too much. No. All right, well, good enough. Now we know. Now we know. All right, so right here is what I consider to be the best part of this whole shoreline. Right here. It's a drop off right here off the edge of this tree right here. Typically, it's a pretty good spot. So hopefully we pick one up. We might throw the shaky head down there. Pretty good group of bass right there, looks like. Might throw the minnow there just to do it. Yes. There's a lot of fish there. A lot of fish there. So what I'm doing now is I'm just bringing it over this stump. It's basically a stump with just, it's got to be an old cypress stump. And it's got fish all over it, like just all over it. So I'm just trying to kind of work this thing and keep it up above some fish. They don't seem to be reacting very well to this. So we're gonna get the rage bug I'm gonna throw up there to this tree. Yeah, it's a huge drop off right here at this tree, like, and it's fish all down there. It is fish all down there. All right, let's see. We got a stick up here in front of us. That's probably gonna have some fish on it. Let's see if we can see it. Definitely has a few. Doesn't look absolutely loaded with fish. Got a big bait ball down there by it. Yeah, not much on that. Not much on that at all. Like, that's pretty surprising. I think we're gonna get right and bail. I think I got some trees that I want to hit. As a matter of fact, we're gonna make a move. Yep, we're gonna go pretty much straight up flipping is pretty much what we're gonna do. So we got just a very short ride to our next spot. We're gonna get this. I don't know how much time we used. Get off of there, get off of there. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how much time we use. I gotta look and see, but not a ton. Not a ton, which is good. All right, so we just spent 35 minutes on that shoreline. Oh, you know, see, this is the raw and uncut. Got amateur hour right here. I'm looking like an amateur. Done fished all my life, leaving my trolling motor down. But one thing that I've never done is I've never took off with it down like some people have. Some people do that and I'm like, what in the world? That's crazy. They end up ripping the trolling motor off and stuff. That's nuts. But anyway, we're gonna run out here and we're gonna make a very, very short run. Very short run. So we got some trees right here that we're gonna flip, and we're gonna see if we can get bit on them. We're gonna see if we can get bit on them. So got some offshore trees, some stuff a little bit closer. I'm not gonna flip the stuff that's really close. I'm gonna try to basically flip the stuff that's got like 5 foot on it. But we're gonna start right here and work our way along this shore. And basically we're pretty much gonna flip. We're basically just gonna flip for the most part. The water out here is a lot muddier, but we're gonna stick with the swamp water blue rage bug, and we're going to spray a little bit of Bang on there. Some good old Bang. All right. We're gonna work our way along these trees. Didn't want to get too close. Hopefully we get thumped. Pretty good group of trees right here. I wanted to definitely give them a try. See if we could get bit. This water's plenty muddy out here, that's for darn sure. But we're just gonna work along and just pitch around them and see if we can get bit. Whoa, my line wrapped around my tip. A lot of times when you're pitching, or what happens to me anyway, when I'm pitching, and if I roll like that, the line will wrap around my tip and cause it to kind of fly back at you every once in a while. These inside trees, I don't think are going to be the ones that have them, but I'm still going to flip them as I go by. Not going to spend a lot of time on them. Just going to pitch up to them enough to where if one's up there, he can jump on it. Water here is 53.3, so it's a touch warmer than the other river we were in. These trees are basically in about 5.5 to 6 foot. These trees are. So hopefully they got something on them. Definitely expecting to get bit. I will put it that way. Unless the bite is just like non-existent. Saw a pretty nice fish. There he is, swimming right there. I don't know what that... I see him now. He's set up right there. He's set up on a stump. I think I just brought it over, as a matter of fact. God. Oh my goodness, he's coming to me so fast. Oh my. Get in here. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all a little something. You talk about thumping it, oh my goodness. And there we have an absolute beauty. Oh man. That is a 3-something all day. Y'all check that dude out. Man, he thumped it so hard. I hit my camera, I believe, yeah, when I set the hook. But let's get right here out of the tree. That fish was right on that tree right there. Oh my goodness, the tree bite is on. My goodness, I mean, smoked it. Golly. What a fish. That dude thumped it. That old swamp water blue rage bug. Golly, when these fish are hitting it, they are hitting it so hard. I mean, that fish absolutely annihilated it when he thumped it. That was a hard bite. I mean, that was a hard bite. Oh, now we done got hung. Man, that fish, that was fun. I mean, that fish, golly. Whew. You talk about getting bit. He smoked it. That was so cool. He was actually a little bit bigger than I thought he was. I didn't really realize he was quite that good of a fish. I mean, not a giant by no means, but a nice fish. Definitely a nice fish. Tell you what, that'll get your blood pumping first thing in the morning. Whew. Yep, good old 3-something right there for sure. Absolutely smacked it when he bit it. He bit it so hard, y'all might have been able to hear that through the camera. I mean, took, golly. Like I said, I don't think there's gonna be any fish, you know, on this inside stuff, but I can't say it's not gonna be. But I don't think they're gonna be like on the inside. The water's gotta warm up a little bit more for that. Yep. Yep. Good one. Good one. Oh, let me tell y'all what. Woo. Look at that fatty right there. Oh my goodness. I mean, straight up smoked it. These fish are set up on these trees. Like, we haven't been nowhere. We have not been anywhere. And the crazy thing is, you know, I have a tournament here in 2 days. So I might actually fire up and go to another group of trees to see if they're on them as well. Because this bite right now is so good on these trees that I think I need to probably go check some other trees real quick. For one, I don't want to just absolutely burn down this spot, because I know this is a good spot and I wanted to check it. But I got another group of offshore trees that I need to check that I'm pretty sure there's some fish on. I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna pitch right around this backside right here. Trying to think where they are. Yeah, they're right over there to my left. Yeah, they are set up on these outside trees like crazy. I would love to like go to those other trees and throw a chatterbait and try to get a moving bait bite and see if I could get them to bite a moving bait. I'm trying to give y'all like my process, because I am kind of pre-fishing, you know, for a tournament today, as well as giving y'all a 3-hour raw and uncut. So I'm trying to give y'all some of my thought process. So I eliminated that first river that I fished in. So that's eliminated, you know. But right here, check mark, check. I mean, like, yeah, I really wanted to check here yesterday to see if I could get bit here yesterday, but it was so windy I couldn't even fish. And let's just say, yeah, we done figured them out. That tree bite is on fire, and when they're biting it, I mean, they are absolutely smoking it. Like, it ain't even no question about it. They are not playing. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to fire, because to me it only gets better. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to fire up and we're going to work our way over to that other side. There's a bunch of trees over there, and they're offshore, and they're normally pretty good trees. So I want to make sure that we fish them as well. So that's a bass right there. There was a bass right there on the bottom, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump over there and see what we can do over there. Like I said, I might throw the moving bait trying to get bit and see if I can get a chatterbait bite over there. But this it's right across the river, so we're not going far at all. Oh, that has got me excited. That's got me excited. That's good stuff right there. there is a, we're gonna check that. We're gonna check that with the old live scope real quick, because we just ran over a log or something, and we're gonna look at that and see what exactly it is. Obviously, we're gonna mark that. That is a big big pole of some sort that comes all the way up off the bottom. Okay. There's a big stump right there too. I'm definitely gonna mark that. There's a big old bass on it. We're gonna see if we can get that sucker to bite. See if we can see him. It's a pretty nice bass. Didn't really get it on him where I wanted to. We're gonna make one more cast at him, and we're gonna see if we can. I don't think my cast was, no, my cast wasn't where it needed to be at all. All right, we're gonna throw one cast with the minnow. This is a really big fish. Like, it's a really big. And the way it's acting like a bass. So I just wanted to put a cast on it. Yeah, I don't see. All right, so I marked where that log was that I ran up over top of, and there was something else that I was looking for here as well. Let me see, where's it at? Where's it at? All right, there's the pole of the big, I don't know if y'all can see. That's what I ran up on right there. That is what I ran up on. And there's a bass right here in front of me. Oh, that bass just came after it. Oh my goodness, like as soon as it hit the water. That was crazy. But anyway, I cannot see. I'm right here at that pole and I cannot see it. I cannot see it. So pretty nice fish, right? I saw him swimming. I don't know where he's at now. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go on and go to to that other spot. So y'all don't be too upset at me for looking around a little bit. Like I said, this is kind of raw and uncut, you know, but I also want to keep y'all entertained. All right. So we're gonna roll up here. What we're gonna do, actually, we're gonna start on this point right here. And we're gonna work our way down. These trees should have them. All right. Good old swamp water blue raised bug. See if we can put this bad boy to work. That right there is what we got. 3/8 ounce tungsten, 3/0 owner hook. And then just that swamp water blue raised bug. Get my camera kind of back right. But yeah, this is, whew, those two fish that have bit it, I mean, like, they've been like no doubters. No doubters. They've absolutely smacked it. So we're gonna see if these trees got them as well. Y'all can see as I'm flipping it, or pitching it actually, but as I'm pitching it up there, I'm kind of just, I'm not wasting a lot of time, you know, fishing it perfectly and all this and that. I'm kind of getting it down there. I know they're biting it aggressively enough to where if they want it, they're gonna jump all over it. So I'm kind of just putting it down there, getting it in their face. If they want to eat it, then go ahead and eat it. These fish are or not these fish, but these trees are in the perfect depth. That 5.5 foot depth range is absolutely perfect. These cypress trees are so cool, man. Like all this just moss and stuff on them. Really cool. I know a lot of y'all watch my videos, and out where y'all live, you don't have, you know, stuff that looks like this or places that look like this, but I've been lucky and kind of fished this river my whole life, and very fortunate to see the views and all like I get to see. It's so cool seeing this stuff. There's a big fish on a stump right out there. Just dropped right on that fish, and he didn't pay it no mind. It was a stump out here, and it had a single fish sitting behind it, so I wanted to flip at it. We'll fish these a little bit, and if we don't get bit on these, we're gonna go run to another spot. Definitely should be some fish up here though. And I know y'all probably like, well, why'd you leave that spot you were catching them at? Well, let me tell you. Like I said, I got a tournament Saturday. That's why I'm out here right now, because I couldn't fish the main river the other day, or yesterday when I was here. It was so windy. It was absolutely horrible. And so I wanted to come back today. So I'm definitely not gonna just sit there and burn down a spot that I'm most definitely gonna fish. You know, that just wouldn't be very smart. So I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna fish a little bit more through here, a little bit more of this stuff. And then, you know, the fish might be on the stuff a little bit closer to the bank. And that's kind of what I wanted to see, the stuff that's out off a little bit more. They might not be on so much. So it's definitely something that we're kind of figuring out right now. Now, if we go in and get on the stuff that's a little bit closer and go to catching them, then we'll know, you know, yep, that's the deal. So that's how you make a pattern. That's how you figure out a pattern. You got to eliminate water before you ever figure out a pattern. There's definitely a process of elimination that goes on. It's moving up fast out here today. I'm going to take this coat off. I'm expecting to get bit at any moment, especially now that we've worked closer to the shoreline. Definitely feel like these fish are going to be more on this inside stuff now that I got bit, you know, on that other shoreline. And we're going to flip through this little section, and if we don't get bit, we're going to go to another spot not far from here at all. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised that I have not gotten bit through here. I think the problem here is you don't have a real solid bank for them to get up to. A lot of times they like to get right up against like something solid. So this shoreline right here, I don't know if you'll notice, but like it kind of goes all in and isn't a very solid shoreline. And a lot of times these fish don't like to get on these trees, or sometimes they do, but certain times of the year they like to get where there's like a solid shoreline, like a solid bank. And that might be what's going on right now. But we're probably going to get right and move to another spot, because I was catching them at that other area way too good to be wasting time somewhere where I'm not getting bit at all. I mean, these trees seemingly look the same, but y'all can obviously tell there's a difference. There is a difference. It's weird how stuff like that works, but that is the way it goes. Oh man, my thumb's stuck to my line right then. All right, we're gonna put one more right there, and then we got to take this coat off, and then we are gonna move. Yeah, we're gonna move. We're gonna move to an area where I feel like we're gonna be able to catch some more fish. But yeah, we definitely gotta get this coat off, because shoo, it is hot. All right, I'm gonna briefly put y'all on the floor here. All right. Oh man, yeah, that had to go. That had to go. It was getting very hot. I don't know how much time we have left. Hopefully we have over an hour. Let's see. Get in there. Get in there. All right, we are almost back in action. We are back in action. All right, good deal. So let's pull the trolling motor up and let's go to another spot. How much time do we have left? Oh, we have an hour and 40 minutes left? Shoot. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I still got this cough. I'm getting over the flu. I had the flu a couple days back, and man, it put me down. I ain't gonna lie. All right. We got to get out of here. Hopefully I don't run up on nothing again. You know, I've fished here and fished that shoreline all my life, and I literally have never ran up on that stop. So But I looked at it with live scope, and it's just a big old pole that sticks up, and I couldn't even see it under the water. Very weird. All right, let's get on out of here. Alrighty. We're here. Fairly short run, nothing crazy. I'll pick that old rage bug back up. And we're gonna see if we can go to work. We are gonna see if we can go to work. I wanna put a new one up here, but I'm kind of trying to be slightly conservative because I got my tournament and I don't want to just Oh, it just sprayed all back on me. Maybe I should have paid attention to the wind a little bit better. Dang it. Now my bibs are gonna smell like straight crawfish. All right, so we got 2 fish in the boat. We gotta work on getting some more. See some other anglers out here fishing, running around. Going right up there to some trees on a point. We should get bit right here. Should. These trees got good water on them. There's a stump right here in front of me. I don't know if they're bass or if they're crappie, but it's a group of something out there. Definitely don't think they were bass. They scattered. It's just crazy. Those 2 bites I got were so aggressive and so quick. And I mean, I know that area, you know, is good, so I didn't want to just absolutely smoke it. But a lot of these areas are, you know, not bad. I'm just surprised that I'm not getting bit. We're kind of fishing around a little point right here. Kind of juts out with these trees. Come on, fish. One thing that about these trees that I don't really love is they have a lot of stuff around the bottom of them, like the briars and stuff, so it makes it where you can't get right to the tree. There's one tree right here in front of me I think we're gonna get bit on. Looks too juicy, sitting out all by itself. And see, the biggest thing right here is the fact that these trees are, once again, they don't have a solid shoreline. But I came to these because these are pretty good. Like, I typically catch fish on them. Make sure I don't have any water on my lens, but yes, I wanted to hit them, but it's definitely not proven to be fantastic right now, that's for sure. This one should have one on it. I mean, this thing is just out. This tree is just sitting on a point all by itself, like, it's perfect. That was not good. That was not good, y'all. All right, let's see if we can smack one in the face right here. Man, I'm very surprised by that. I mean, these trees, I would definitely think would have some fish on them, 100%. Got me kind of thinking now. Ooh, that's a big bass right there. Horrible cast. It's like 3 of them. Let's go right here to this tree that's out off by itself, and then we might, I don't know, I'm trying to think of what we might do. It's definitely got to do with the shoreline. The tree's got to be like, it's got to be a straight, solid shoreline. For whatever reason, that's what I'm figuring out. We might jump across the river here. Yeah, let's make a move. All right, we're gonna run literally right across the river. Right over there. All right, so we're going to start right here on these outside ones, and then we're going to work our way in to those inside ones and see what ones we get bit on. Hopefully we get bit on one or the other. We're about to get on these more inside trees here. We're gonna go down that side and just see if that's the deal. There's one. Got that one. There we go. There we go. Soon as we got closer to the bank. Soon as we got closer to the bank. On the back side of this tree right here. The smallest fish. Look how white he is. Oh my goodness. But soon as we got right here. I got to change my rage bug now. But these fish are just set up for whatever reason on these trees that are closer to the shoreline. And it's good that I know that, because, or I figured that out, because you can waste a lot of time. And that's one of the biggest things in like tournament fishing is like time management. And you have to be able to manage your time when you're fishing. But we just got here and we got us a fresh swamp water blue rage bug on there. All right, good deal. See, these trees here still got good water on them. I mean, we're still sitting in 6 foot. You know, it's just that outside stuff. Those fish are not on that outside stuff. Wherever those shorelines are that like the water pushes way back in, they're just not, they're not on them. Yep, there he is. Oh, missed him. Missed him. He was a little bit pecky the way he bit it, but most definitely a bite. As soon as we got over here. Didn't feel like a big one. I'm hoping to get bit on one of these more inside trees. I'm thinking there should be some fish on them, but kind of seems like the fish are on the trees that got less junk around them. If they got a lot of briars and stuff, he's on it. He's on it, there he is. Ooh, this feels like a good one. This is a good one. Yeah. Yep, this is a dang good one. Get in here. Oh boy. I mean, how about that one? How about that one with that old rage bug to the face? Oh my goodness, y'all. He was right there on that tree. We figured out what we need to figure out. Get out of there. Here we go. I mean, he had it in his crunchers. How about that one? Right there. That's a pretty one. Probably a 3 3/4. Really long, skinny fish. But I'm going to tell you what. Nice. Right here on this tree. Right here. We're going to take a quick picture of this guy. Just a quick one. I mean, we got time left. Believe it or not, time is going by way slower than normal. And I cannot believe that, to be honest with y'all. There we go. Did the picture take? I don't even know if, I don't even think the picture took. Dadgummit. There we go. All right. Boom. Girl, eat for me Saturday. Eat for me Saturday. Go, look, she went right back to her tree right there. All right, all right. So we're gonna mark this. So we got 4 fish now. When I set the hook in that one, I was like, yeah, that's a good one. All right, we gotta get another rage bug. Good thing I got plenty of these bad boys. I got plenty of them. What we're gonna do, if we catch another one off these trees, I'm gonna just we're gonna go run somewhere else and try like a moving bait bite. All right. Right there on that tree. I came up and like I could feel him pulling down on it. And he actually pulled it out of a briar. Like I was just like, I can't set the hook yet because he's in a briar. Like I don't want to set the hook. And man, I'm gonna tell you, that fish jumped all over it. Yep, it's just got to be the trees that have a solid bank behind them. You know, right up against that shoreline, it's solid. Like you have the trees and then the bank is right behind it. And a lot of people think, you know, that's not that important. It's not that specific, you know, but actually it is. And today it is as well. That's something you have to pay attention to. Feels so good to be out here flipping and not staring at a darn screen. Still have it on. I still peep at it, you know. That's why I say you got to peep at it, you know, in case you just see a big old floater out there somewhere. You definitely want to throw to it, but yeah, I mean, this is fun. This tree right here should have one. It was a pretty bad flip, but Oh, no, I thought I had it. Oh my goodness. Oh, we had to break off, dang it. I believe potentially that a fish had pulled me under in that root ball, because like I really don't have any explanation for why it would have been pulled in there like that. But let's retie really quick. We're gonna get a bobber stopper and a hook. And we got to get our weights. Let's see. I think I got more 3/8 ounce weights in here. Hope so. I think I do. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm flipping. 3/8 ounce. I actually have a bait that I'm going to try here in a second. Something a little bit different than that crawl. Just show them something a little bit different. That's a custom made bait. Have not tried it yet, but looks good. I think I'll maybe get bit on it, but I don't know. You know, that rage bug is putting off a lot of you know, it's got a lot of movement to it. This other is more of a French fry style bait. And if anybody wonders what knot I tie, I'm gonna wet my line here, but what knot I tie, just tie a regular old clinch knot, like just plain and simple. Spin it 7 or 8 times, pack it tight like that. She ain't coming loose. She ain't coming loose, I can tell you that. But just be sure to wet your line. Either give it a hawk to her and spit on it. Did y'all just see me do that? This is raw and uncut. Look, y'all, I'm sitting here holding. I'm so worried about telling y'all what knot. I'm doing some unusual stuff today. I've tried to tell y'all what knot I'm using, and I forgot to put my weight on there. But anyway, let's get this thing tied on. We got some more trees to flip, but yeah, I think I might try that. I might try that little stick bait maybe, just for a little bit. If I don't like it, then I'll take it off. But I always leave a little tag in, a little feeler there. That's what my dad used to call it, little feeler. When they bite it, it'll kind of tickle their lip a little bit, and they like it. But let's see, where's those baits at? There they are. I think I got. I don't know if I got any more. I need to look. I don't know if I put them in here. I think I only put one bag in here, but we're gonna flip this around. Like I said, it's like a big thick French fry, and I got it made in sapphire blue. I'm just gonna flip it around. If I'm not feeling it or don't have a lot of confidence in it, you know, flipping it around here, it'll surely catch fish 100%, but just a little bit different profile. I've been wanting to try it, give that thing a really fast fall, but if I flip it around 5 or 10 minutes and don't get bit, then we'll go back to the rage bug. I mean, we know we're getting smacked on the rage bug, so there's no need to not try something different. But we'll let's see, we have 55 minutes left. Sweet, dude. Like, that is, I need for the time tomorrow, or not tomorrow, the tournament's not tomorrow, but I need the time in the tournament to go by. Holy crap, bro, almost went out of here. Good grief. All right, there's a stump down there. Almost went out of here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna flip this just a little bit, just to give them a little bit different look. Something a little bit different. My transducer on my, I don't know if I must have, it switched to down. Oh, let's switch down. There we go. Change to forward. Okay. I'm just going to pitch around this inside stuff with this just a little bit. A little bit different look. Definitely has a much faster fall rate, you know, gonna fall fast. They're biting that rage bug so good. I wanted to just make sure that was, you know, that was the move. This is fairly heavy too. Got good weight to it. I like that. This little clump of trees right here should have one. Honestly, I think 100% it's a profile deal. I just think they're just on that rage bug really good. I just think they're on the rage bug really good. Trying some of this stuff right here a little bit closer. It's got plenty of water on it. Plenty of water on it. Like, so I'm just trying to see if there's any fish that want to bite right in here a little bit closer. There we go. I'll say that briar got that one. We're gonna put just a couple more flips with this up there, and then we're gonna put that rage bug back on. Here's one. Oh, oh, oh. No. It was sliding down something, getting hung is what it was doing. We might throw this on the wacky setup. Let's see. Where did my rage bugs go? We're gonna get out here and we're gonna flip these last with these trees out here. I don't want them. I got a feeling that these, you know, I'm gonna get bit on these outer trees, and I don't want to absolutely slam them, even though it is about 3 days before my tournament. I definitely don't want to just sit here and wail on them. A lot of these fish will probably be in a biting mood again by the time, you know, 2 or 3 days from now when the tournament goes down. You know, that's one thing about it is, you know, fish, they're smart, but they ain't that smart. Like, they got to eat. They think this is a blue crab, crawdad imitation. Like, they don't know, you know, they just know it's food, or they think it's food to them, and they're gonna eat it if they're hungry, you know. And that's the thing, you can't give, and I used to be guilty of this, I would give fish like way too much credit. Like I would act like these fish had brains that were absolutely huge, you know, like they made these important decisions, and they were just so smart, and they outsmarted me today, you know. But the truth is, they're just either they weren't biting, or I just didn't catch them. Like, that's the only excuse there is the fact that I didn't catch them, you know. If I had a bad day, you know, that's pretty much it. So now you just gotta, I mean, yeah, the fish has a brain, you know, he's a little bit smart, obviously. He's a survivor, you know, that's what he is. He's a survivor. And that's all these fish are trying to do, is survive. They're trying to survive. So don't give the fish too much credit. Don't act like he's, you know, Einstein or anything. Just say, okay, You know, I did this isn't working. I need to do something else. I need to do something else. Or I caught them doing this and I'm not catching them doing this. It's kind of how I figured out like the offshore tree deal, you know. Like I'm not sure if I'm gonna get bit on these because these are out off, even though this is a point and there probably should be some fish up here. And there's, ooh, I thought I got smoked. That thing took off quick. But, you know, there should be some fish up here for sure, but these fish are out off the bank a little bit more. So, I'm not 100% sure. We'll work our way out here, but yeah, those fish will likely bite again. I mean, or they just ain't gonna be there, like one or the other. Oh, get out of there. There we go. Even though this one's out off the bank, I absolutely have got to fish this one. I mean, there ain't no way. There ain't no way you don't fish this one. I'm gonna pitch to this one real quick though. Let's see if we can. I saw a fish on the front of a stump right here, but he didn't cooperate. I honestly believe once we get off this point and get back into that more flat section in there that we're going to get bit. These trees get a little bit closer to the bank as we pop around this corner right here. Really, this tree should have one on it. Come on, fish. Let's get one more. Let's get one more. There's one up here willing to bite. Oh God, I'm about to fall down. Okay. Tell you what, it's a nice day today. It ain't windy. Yesterday it was so windy. Whew, it was rough. It was rough yesterday. Yes, I don't know if this trying to figure this out. I don't know if this tree bite is going away or if another bite has started, like a chatterbait bite or a moving bait bite or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how much time I got left. I could pick up the chatterbait in 34 minutes left. These fish might be on these trees right here behind me. One more. One more fish. I know they're here. I think there might be this water looks like it's dropping a little bit. Just looking at the cypress knees up here. What do I want to do? Let's see. Oh, that wrapped because I was not paying attention. I was looking at where I was going next, and that wrapped over them limbs. Dang it. pull my leg off my rage bug. Come on, bro. Well, these limbs are green too. Like, hey, there we go. All right. Maybe that's something telling me to go ahead and pick up that chatterbait. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw that chatterbait the rest of the time. This has got to be retied. That thing wrapped. It's crazy how many times a line can wrap. Like, this is confused as to what's going on here. There we go. Oh, it's like just knotted around it. There we go. No, really didn't mess it up that bad, but let's pick up the chatterbait. Black and blue. We're gonna throw a different trailer on here real quick. Got like a, it's like a blade minnow type thing on there. That stretchy stuff. Honestly, I don't like it personally, but I'm gonna put a trailer on there. Sapphire blue, crawl style. I'm gonna go with a crawl style trailer. There we go. All right. See if we can get one up here by these trees. I will admit that my confidence is nowhere near as high throwing this as it is flipping, but that's just because I have a ton of confidence in that. Or I guess I should say pitching. It's technically not flipping, even though that's basically what I call it, but definitely feel like we can get bit doing this. Just seems to me like those fish are just sitting down there, just waiting for that rage bug and just smoking it. Absolutely smoking it when it falls down. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a straight up flipping deal, honestly. And I think I just perfectly have figured out the right bait, and I'm confident for my tournament. Very confident for my tournament. I think I got it pretty well figured out, for sure. I would love to get a chatterbait bite, just some kind of moving bait bite here, but I just have not been able to do it. That is not where I had intended to throw that. Right there is where I wanted to throw it. I mean, we're still in 5.8 foot of water. So, I mean, we have good water. But I don't know. I just don't have a lot of confidence in this chatterbait. I just don't feel like this is the bite going on here at all. Like sometimes, you know, you get that feeling, you're like, yeah, you know, that's what's going on, you know. But this ain't what I'm feeling at all. Not at all. I gotta flip. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. I've got to flip, and I gotta get a new raised bug on that. Because we don't have, but I don't know, I gotta look at the clock, but maybe 15 minutes left. Somewhere in there. All right. See what it is, we done got out of the fish. I don't believe that the fish have stopped biting. Personally, I don't believe that they've stopped biting. I think we have just gotten out of the fish. We were kind of right there near that point. I don't know what has happened, but definitely something. Come on, fish. See, I think I could see the bank over there in one section over there across the river. My line is wrapped all up. How much time I have? We gotta make a move real quick. How much time do we have? 16 minutes. All right, I gotta make up my mind if I'm gonna run across the river over there or what I'm gonna do. Dang it, let's see. I think it looks like this area right here has water. All right, yeah, it looks like this water doesn't go quite as far back. Looks like. All right, we only got like 16 minutes left. So hopefully we can we can do something. Oh, come on. There we go. If everything holds true, there should be some fish here. The only problem is this looks too shallow. Like this is like 3 foot. I think that might be too shallow. Dang. Yeah, these are too shallow. Oh man. Yep, see these are trees I've never fished and definitely too shallow. We're gonna get up over here on the other side of this tree. Yeah, it doesn't even get 5 foot till we get out here. We're gonna see if we can get it done on these trees over here, and I mean really that's gonna be all the time we got, but these trees definitely should have some. Come on, baby. Yeah, we got good water. And there has got to be one more fish willing to bite. This shoreline right here is really junky. It's a lot of broke trees and stuff like that up here. This is good. Be like more like a better chatterbait shoreline. As soon as you come on the inside though, it gets too shallow. 3 foot. And a 6 foot again. Multiple fish just came off that. I saw them on live scope. Come on, baby. Oh, come on, get over that little teeny stick. Come on. I think I'm gonna catch one here, but I just don't know if I'm gonna catch one in time. Dang it. Oh, there we go. Come on, fish. Getting down here to the end, we need another bite. Tell you what, it is a lot of stuff under the water. Under the water here. It's very, very junky, as I like to say. A lot of stuff to get hung on for sure. Don't really know why our bite faded on us, but it faded pretty dang hard. It was either 100% the area, or either like these bad boys shut down. One or the other. Not sure which one it is, but definitely something. Come on. Man, I'm getting wedged like crazy. And that's what's happening. My hook's not getting hung. Just so y'all know that. It's not my hook getting hung. It's just my weight getting wedged. And this was pretty, oh, there we go. All right. You're gonna say that one there is pretty deep. Oh, we're out of time. We are out of time. Dang it. Put one more pitch up here. Well, we didn't get 5. We coulda. I could have stayed on that first shoreline. Or not the first shoreline, but that second shoreline, and absolutely roasted them. And that's one of my key primary areas that I'm going to fish in the tournament. So I was just checking that, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna just sit here and just smash them. Like there was no way. But it was very fun. I hope y'all enjoyed, being able to see me come out here and fish the river and fish somewhere different in a 3-hour raw and uncut. I don't think I've ever done one on the river before, but caught some nice fish. They were just like really really sporadic and spread out. And you know, I don't know. I'm gonna fish a little bit more and fish around some and see if I can figure out a little bit something else. But I wanted to do a 3-hour, kind of like to put that little bit of pressure on me to, you know, make decisions like I would in a tournament. And you know, in a tournament, you have a time frame you can fish. So obviously I gave myself a 3-hour time frame. In the tournament, I'm gonna have 9 hours to fish and figure some stuff out. But I think we have a really good game plan. So hopefully we do good in the tournament. I don't know, wish me luck. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I appreciate everybody checks out my videos. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. And I will see you next time on Gunfish TV.